with the steady beat and not our weary feet. Come to the place for which our Father sighed. We have come over a way that tears has been watered. We have come treading our path through the blood of slaughter. Come from the moving past, till now we stand at last, where the white fleece of our bright star is cast. God of our wearies, God of our silent tears, Thou who hast brought us thus far on the way, Thou who hast light led us into the light, keep us forever in the path we pray. Let's our feet straight from the places, our God, where we met Thee. Let's our hearts drunk with the wine of the world, we forget Thee. Shadow beneath Thy hand, may we forever stand true to our God, true to our native land. Our
Hello, ma'am. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Guys, this is my first Sunday show, and I don't know if you know, this is the podcast that I came up with because football season is over. I don't know what to do until September the 10th. There are 200 days left,
Mm-hmm.
and every year I say I can't make it. Football withdrawal syndrome is a real disease that has actually been found out by the American Psychological Association, so I am not making this up. I cried Super Bowl Sunday, as I've done for the past 40-something years, because there's no football, and I don't know what to do with myself. So I said, I'll come up with a podcast, and that's what I'm doing. So thank you so much for joining me.
Not a problem at all. Not a problem at all.
Before I get into what topics we're good, we got a humdinger of a show tonight. I'm telling you now, this is gonna be a good one. We're gonna have some good discussions, but I'll tell you what those are here in a moment. First, hit that subscribe button. I am up to 402 subscribers. Yeah, that means I'm 98 away from 500. We can do it. We can do it. Share that, smash that, obliterate that, destroy that subscribe button. Subscribing is literally free. It helps me to get this message of third-party politics out there to everybody in the internet worlds. So please, 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 please support. Remember, you can also support me on Patreon. If you notice, there is a little duck out there in that right-hand corner or left-hand corner, depending on which way you're looking at it. And I want that to go away. But see, StreamYard is expensive. So your Patreon dollars help support me. They help me buy new lights, which I desperately need. You can tell I need a new background because this one is kind of getting on my nerves, and I don't know how to do green screens yet. So we need your $2 per month will come in very, very handy. And last but least, yes, my GoFundMe campaign. You all know what it's about. I'm not going to go into it, but just go over there. I'm trying to raise $2,500 to meet some personal needs that I have that I cannot manage by myself. So just go over there, make your little contribution if you can. Ma'am, how are you doing?
I am doing well. Just dealing with life. The way it likes to throw things at me. My son just graduated from basic training, and my other son's in college. If I go down the list of all my children's things, he'd be here forever. But my baby son, he's in a play for Willy Wonka. So yeah, just having life and being a campaign manager, I guess.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Well, life has been life in me lately. Um, but I'm still here.
Mm,
Um, so we're going to talk about a couple of things. One, I got to dive into the Epstein files. I said, no, I'm not going to do it because to be honest, it made me angry reading. I couldn't read. I just got to like 2 pages and I'm like, this is the most disgusting thing I've ever read in my entire life. I want to
mhm.
talk about that. And I want to talk about why we ignore human trafficking. Which is all right. It doesn't exist and it doesn't happen, and we're just like we're all okay with it. We just okay with it. I also want to talk about a question: should I vote in the midterms? I already know I'm voting in the general. I already know it. I know just what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go straight third party, and that's it, and I'm done. But the midterms is kind of tricky. I'm also going to talk about the president's address is coming up. And yes, I will be watching it. I watched Biden. I've watched let's see, I started with Obama, I watched Trump, then Biden, and now Trump again. So yes, I will be watching them and I will probably go live because I got it. I got it. And I want to talk about something. I have some questions about the Green Party that I want to ask. And I figured, well, she's gonna be here, so she can answer questions. Um, because as you all know, I'm a political free agent right now. I'm just kind of out there. I haven't really I've put off political organizing because now I'm trying to start a theater camp for children.
Oh, I like that.
Yes, so I'm kind of away from the political thing, but I know me, and I know that I have to do something, if that's making sense, but I'll kind of explain what that is. So, which topic would you like to do first?
Let's go ahead and get that Epstein out the way.
Child.
Yeah, we be here all day.
Hey,
Not getting it.
what in the entire world? No, I'm gonna let you give your thoughts on it first before I just jump in because I'm just flabbergasted.
Um, it just feels like it doesn't it feels real. It feels like I've known this all along. It feels like everything that the conspiracy theorists were saying are actually true. It feels like they're trying to deflect with aliens. It just feels like this is too much and not enough at the same time. There's too much wrong that was done and not enough of the arrests that we need to be seeing from what was done. And so
Yes, and you yes. Didn't mean to interrupt, but former Prince Andrew also got arrested. Forgot that part.
I mean, yeah,
Continue.
he got arrested, and there are some other people that got arrested, but that's across the pond, as they say. I'm talking about right here in the U.S., the good old
Oh,
U.S. of
we
A.
not. We don't got a backbone. Let me shut up. Continue.
Exactly. It's just like money will buy you anything. And we heard about the Rothschild. If you ever listen to a conspiracy theory, they've always been like the Rothschild. And so now people are saying this is what the real underground was like. Everybody was saying you had to sell your soul to the Illuminati, and this is what the Illuminati was. And I'm like, I can't even stop you from saying that now because the truth is being put out there, and not even all the truth, because you still have some stuff hidden from us. So I, I'm just disgusted. I am ashamed of people who are still sticking up for anybody that was in the files negatively. Because some people were in the files as being anti-Israel or something like that. That doesn't make you a bad person. That just means they had their eyes on you. Um, so I it just bothers me. And Oprah being in that file so many times. The thing about that was, if you remember all them little girls that went missing from that school, I do have a problem with that. I have a problem with that.
You hitting everything that when I attempted to, because I said, I want to read the files. I want to read the files. I want to read them for myself. I couldn't,
Mm-mm.
because the idea that you traffic humans, not just people that consensually say, this is okay, and I'm into whatever wackety whack stuff I'm into. These are children. In the Black community, we call them babies.
Mm-hmm.
They're baby. They're not adults. They aren't. You're grooming them to sexually exploit them. I don't. I don't understand. Well, yes, I do. I understand, but it makes me angry that our government just kind of said they're like, yep. Because to me, power isn't worth that, right? I don't care about power in this sense. When you are in power, you're supposed to use it responsibly. You're supposed to advocate for the sick and the shut in and make sure people have food. You're not supposed to be out here having sex with children, period. I don't care if you dog catcher, city girl, I don't care. And the fact that these people went to his island after he got convicted the first time. I can see you went the first time and maybe you just didn't know. But you went after. You knew he was a convicted child pedophile. And you
Mm-hmm.
said, okay. And the picture with former Prince Andrew overshadowing a girl that was passed out. Y'all know I don't cuss. It took all the God in me, literally, not to start cussing. I was so she was literally passed out, and he's bending over and pointing. He's pointing at her and mocking her.
Mm-hmm.
And this list is so it's got politicians, celebrities, athletes. But I know who's not in the Epstein files, me. I know I ain't in it. Thank you, for real. Because we have to protect, girls say that again. We have to protect our children. I'm not a mother. I'm not nobody's mama. Ain't no child here saying mama and talking about me. They're not talking to me. But I'm somebody's auntie.
Mm-hmm.
We have to protect our nieces, our nephews, our children. We have to give a crap. And this is what makes me mad on the political side. We have to protect the victims, which is true. We do have to protect the victims. When y'all gonna start putting some legislation for it to protect the people that are being human trafficked? You can't do nothing. You can just sit here and talk about the victims, the victims. Okay, that's fine. Protect the victim. Don't put their names in. I say unredact all the people accused, because I don't care. Just shouldn't have never went. Let them know it. I don't care. You redact the victims' names. They deserve. Everybody else, I don't care. But we don't. It's like we don't care. Oh, it frustrates me to the hill. I'm just like, Lord, please come back and beat these people up, because I can't. Just get them. Get them. They're hurting children. They're hurting children. And these children had parents that said, okay, exploit my child. There's so many layers to this. You had a child and you said, yep, rape my child. What the heck is wrong with you?
Well,
What is wrong with you?
I see it from a different perspective. I don't see this as anything new. I see this
It's
as a
not new.
continuation from being enslaved, how we were when we got here. Because this is nothing that they haven't done before. And I'm not making it a racial thing. I'm talking about just what has been done, period. trafficking, human trafficking,
Right.
slave trade, eating people, Nat Turner, using their teeth and all this. This is something that is American history. And until we get to a point where we can take money out of things, then we are not going to get past this part of history because they don't want to. This
No,
is
they
what
don't want to.
exactly.
What kind of sick person are you to think, yeah, gee, I got these urges for children? Go to therapy. What's wrong with you? What is wrong with you that you are sexually attracted to a what? I guess I'm trying to understand too much and I need to throw that away because it makes no sense for me if I'm a parent, because I know you're a parent. We were just talking about your children. I don't. I mean, I know you a little bit. You're not gonna say, "Yep, take my son to that island and rape him." You're gonna be like, "Wait a minute, I'm gonna pull out a pistol. I'm gonna pull out something. And we're gonna have us a conversation. That's what we gonna do."
First of all, ain't no conversation gonna be had by taking my child nowhere. I go with my child everywhere, baby. Any of my children, if they going, I'm going. Okay, it's very hard to be able to get my child to go somewhere without me being present. Even when they on the bus at a school activity, I'm following. So you think I'm gonna let my child go? I'm a
I just
helicopter
like
parent through and through.
I wish not that it's ever gonna happen. I just wish our Congress people and our senators and our president and our legislature come out and say, "We don't care about children." Just admit it.
It was
You
Sandy.
don't care. You just don't care.
Sandy Hook opened my eyes. They really do not care about children.
Now you really want to start me because oh my goodness. Um, Columbine was mine. Well, I'm older than you.
Well, no, I
You may
remember Columbine, but those were older students. But it was the little babies. When you can't do nothing for the little babies, them little,
everybody's
little.
got a everybody's got a right to carry a gun unless they go to an anti-ICE protest. Now, if you go to an anti-ICE protest, you can't carry a gun. But you can
Mhm,
just put one in a school and me shut up.
mhm.
The amount of people that were on that list. I, oh, you had so many people, and now it's all these excuses. Bill Gates, yeah, I'm gonna call you back, sir. Why don't you just? Your wife didn't leave you for no reason. Yeah, and you can't sue me because I ain't got no money. So there, ha ha ha. Uh,
Just for entertainment purposes.
yes, she didn't just divorce you for no reason. She literally said that man is evil. I think
Mhm.
you know what? She ain't lying. And the thing that really tripped me out is they had some names of people that were dead by the time that they had Marilyn Monroe. I'm like, did Marilyn Monroe die in the 60s?
Mm.
Elvis Presley, I know he passed in 77.
On the toilet.
I'm like, yes, he sure did. He had a heart attack on the toilet. I'm like, are they just throwing names to like throw us off? Or how serious can we even take these files? Because my thing is, I think they said 3 million documents so far. I think there's millions more,
Yeah, there are more.
and we're not seeing it.
No, definitely there are more. And I wouldn't be surprised if it goes back a long way. Look at how long some of these guys have been in Congress. I would not be surprised if it doesn't go back. And I'm put this out there as entertainment purposes only. I would not be surprised if it goes back to the creation of Israel for a pedophile getaway. I said it there because
But she
they
said
do
entertainment only purposes, so YouTube, bleh. But here's the thing that I don't think people are taking into consideration, and I was just talking to my sister about this. I don't think the assaults just happen to little girls.
Oh, definitely not.
And I think that's the part that we're missing. And I don't think that all of the people that harm children are men.
Ghislaine was one of them too.
I would not be surprised. Well, the documents I read didn't have any. I wouldn't be surprised. You said Oprah. We both say Ghislaine Maxwell. We know she's in it.
Mm-hmm.
It just wouldn't surprise me.
Mm-mm. The
I'm
net.
surprised, but I'm angry. Like at the same time, I'm not shocked because this is how our nation started. But I'm still angry that we're exploiting children that have no choice, that have no, like some parents thought, yep, take my child to the island, don't care, just pay me money. Money? That's your child. What are you like? What is your, do you have any sense of morality? You can't.
Mm-mm. Like it's just like when a lot of these pop R&B or pop singers they went off to Diddy Land to learn stuff like Usher and all this. I would not have sent my child to no grown person's house to do nothing without me being there. It's the same difference to me. I don't see it any other way. My child is my child. So that means that's my responsibility. So any emotional trauma, physical trauma that happens to my child is on me because I didn't protect that. So saying yes, go to this island or yes, go to this producer's house at night by yourself or any of these things, that means to me, you don't care about that child as a parent. You care about them as a source of income. That's all that is to you. And there are horrible people out there that really do that. They put their children's welfare behind their wanting to get rich and famous. And it's deplorable. That's who the deplorable people are, Hillary Clinton. Those types of people. So yeah.
I,
And she's
I, See, she got that head twist. It's already geared. She already in it. But it's just like I keep saying this. I'm not shocked because nothing really shocks me. But I'm ready to fist fight somebody. I'm literally ready to just start be like, "Oh, you on the files? Yeah,
Mhm.
what?" Because these are babies. These are they didn't ask to be born. They didn't, and you're sitting here exploiting them. And then the people, they went to Epstein's island after, not before, after they knew he was, you knew, and you said, yeah, I need a plane. Or if you're Hakeem Jeffries, you ask him for money. Now
Mhm.
that ain't for entertainment purposes. That's just a fact. At SACT, check it out. It's a picture right him sitting right next to him.
Mm.
Sit right next to him, and it is not Photoshop and it's not AI.
Mm.
You
That's
had Congress people taking money from this man. They didn't give it back when he went to jail the first time.
mm-mm.
They didn't give money back after he committed suicide.
He's in Israel. I don't believe he committed suicide. I
That's
really
why I
don't.
said in quotations. But I don't know what to do. I just know we need to do a better job of eliminating human trafficking. And I know until we have that conversation, and this is a crime of the billionaire class. Well, no, in that track, that's not right because there's that weird uncle that sits there and looks at his niece a little bit too long that we don't
Mhm.
talk about.
Mhm.
There's the father that's a little bit too sneaky into being friends with his daughter's friends and is being inappropriate. So this
Or
is
his
not
own
a
daughter. Or
yeah,
his own
we
daughter.
exactly. We don't know crimes, and Thea said this better than I did because he just chimed in. He said, just think what it says to the current victims watching how this nation is responding. America has never seen sex crimes as true crimes. And that's the problem.
And then
Until we,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, you go ahead.
And then we're talking about the girls, but they're boys too. Boys are victims
Yes.
of sex crimes too, and they don't get that kind of. And I don't want to say recognition, but that is it. They are victims as well, really,
And
and
it's
we're not doing
worse
anything
when
about it.
it's them because they have to be tough and masculine and strong. But then
Hmm.
on the other hand, women are questioned. What was she wearing? What did she lead them on? Did she do it's this whole notion that we have that we don't see sex crimes as crimes. we're okay with it.
Well, I mean, they used to institutionalize women who thought for themselves as free thinkers. So, and when in those institutions, sometimes they would do nasty things to them to say, "Oh, you just needed, a real man or something like that." And I'm just like, all because I wanted to have a job, I now had to be sexually assaulted in an insane asylum. That's not cool. Not cool at all.
It just, I wouldn't suggest that I'm never going to tell people what to do, not to do. You can find, if you want to read the Epstein files, I thought I was ready. I literally thought, okay, I can do this. I wasn't ready. I was not ready. And if you guys are watching, you can drop your comments in here too. Do we need, I know we need legislation, but do we need to make the punishments more? Because I feel like it's the, well, I'm asking a rhetorical question because I know we need to make them more, but it's time for some public shaming, right? You have the owner of Victoria's Secrets, um, I forget what else he owns, Wexler. That was in the, I think he appointed Epstein his power of attorney, if I'm not right or
Oh,
wrong. And he's out here owning Victoria's Secrets, which I shop it now. I can't. Well, you're not getting my money.
hmm. Well, I mean, if we did that based off the people on the list, we just might as well go and live in a tent that we made out of mud somewhere because there's nothing that hasn't been touched by these horrible people some kind of way. But I do agree. Boycotting is what I do. I do that best. I'm a master boycotter. I don't think I've been to McDonald's and I don't know how long, and I'm gonna keep it that way. Starbucks,
Um,
all that
oh
stuff.
boy, I went to both. See, what had happened was, see, I was wanting coffee, and I was like, well, I'm halfway across town, and Starbucks is right there. So I just drive, and then see, that's what had happened, right? Um,
I had Domino's a few times. I can't hold you because my children they like pizza. But when there's no other alternative, it is what it is. Like Little Caesars was closed. Okay. However, I
wait a
just
minute, I'm gonna scope off this stuff. You eat Little Caesars on purpose?
um yeah,
Child, child.
they got
Are
good
you kidding
cheese.
me? That is
No,
that nasty cardboard with ketchup, fake cheese. Take it out the door and it's cold 2 minutes later. Oh, man. I'm like,
well,
wait a minute.
they got Domino's, Pizza Hut, and Papa John's up there. I don't live in a big community. I live in a really small city. So the only thing we got left is what is it, Little Caesars and Marco's. And if Marco's ain't open, all you got is Little Caesars. So it's like I don't really have many
Oh,
options.
well, thank goodness I live in Indianapolis. I got options because I ain't never been that hungry. I'll just go to the store and just get a piece and just throw it in the oven. Oh my gosh. But I just think back on this Epstein thing. He obviously he was some type of special agent. There's no doubt about it.
He was
Now, whether
Mossad.
he was Mossad, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Mossad, or a Russian agent, but obviously he was in the business, and this is for entertainment purposes only. Tracy is speculating. Obviously, he takes some of those things, and that's what I'm waiting on. Because I think he taped them to use them to blackmail. Because you don't just, where did he get this money at? The man was a college dropout. How does he get to teach at a university? They might as well just, because I'm not a college graduate. But put me in, let me teach a college university. They gonna look at me and be like, girl, you gotta be out of your mind. Where did he get all that money from?
He was
So
Mossad. I'm saying that one. He was Mossad.
I mean, and you start looking at the Israel connection, you start looking at how Israel has been accused of being a hub for PDF filers. It's just not this little thing. This is this whole a massive thing. And I'm not going to even explore how come the Biden administration didn't release it. Is the reason? I don't know the reason. They gave some excuse. I'm like, yeah,
They too busy
these,
committing genocide, I suppose.
hmm. Well, you can't, no, you got to vote for him anyway. Because, see, it was sexism and race. Shut up, Tracy. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. I'm like, y'all still going with that. Y'all still going with that. Oh, okay, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense to me. I mean, you wasted $2 billion. It wasn't me. But we're going to move on to our next.
It was you because it was your tax dollars. So yeah.
I mean, Trump wasn't paying for celebrity endorsements. But I mean, y'all once gave your y'all money. I'm just saying how you waste that much money. I mean, come on now. You give my campaign $10,000, I can work that. I can take 10,000 and be like, hey, we're gonna do this. 2 billion? Oh, it's t-shirt time now.
You're right. I'm gonna get an airplane with my name on the side. What you talking about?
Hey, thank you. Or at least get some mileage, some Delta miles, some something. I'm going someplace.
Mm-hmm.
We know she was on Air Force too, because she was vice president. Oh, wait a minute. So she was vice president. I don't know where Kalia went. She just disappeared. I don't know what happened. Girl, where you going?
I don't know. Things
They
happen.
took you off because you said we started talking about Kamala. They said nope. So I said I wanted to talk about moving on to the next subject. Trump's State of the Union address is coming up. Yeah, I know. I know. I'll be the one person that be like, I'm gonna watch this because I watched Biden's. I watched all 4 years of him, and I watched all 4 years of Trump the first time. This will be his. Why did we ever reelect this man? I don't know. But this will be, I don't know what he's going to talk about.
Gibberish.
Is he okay?
If he's
And I'm serious when I
mm,
say this. The man rambles. I mean, did you see his Black History event, everybody?
I can't look at that man more than 2 seconds at a time.
And the fact, and yes, I will be having a look back special, which means I'm going to watch it so you all don't have to.
Thank
I'm going to sit there and watch and then give you my thoughts. Because the last time I went live and people said, you talking too much, we can't hear. I'm like, well, I'm giving my commentary as I go along. So I think I'm going to watch it, then come back and say, here, this is what I think. I don't know. I don't know what he's going to talk about. The economy is terrible. His tariffs just got thrown out by the Supreme Court.
you. He
I'm
just
like,
said
well,
about he's a Nobel Peace Prize, whatever, and he's trying to bring peace to the Middle East, and we won big in Iran. Really?
what did Iran do to us? I'm like, wait a minute. Why we bombing Iran for what reason?
Because
Oh,
they
women,
don't play our games.
they what?
They don't want to play our games.
That's the correct answer. And also because Israel wants to get in war with Iran and
Mm-hmm.
they can't do it by themselves. But
It's,
Netanyahu, I literally,
it's Israel that wants to get in war with Iran. It is America that wants to get in war with Iran. And they're using Israel as a proxy, just like they're using Ukraine as a proxy with Russia. And the thing about all of that is we should not be in different places trying to start wars and killing folks and doing all this stuff if you are so-called the most powerful in the nation, in the country, in the world. Like what sense does it make for us to try to take all these other countries out and do all these other things? If your military is powerful, nobody's going to come against that. But it's not, obviously, because your military keeps getting stopped. What war have we won within the last 2 decades? None.
well,
They've been
the goal should be not to go to war in the first place. That
absolutely.
should be the goal. So I don't like the term winning a war per se, because I'm like, well, what does that mean? We kill more people than the other side?
Well, I mean, in a war, you're supposed to have, just like we had over here, we gained independence. We gained something. from the war. In the last 2 decades, what have we gained from the wars? So if it's, you don't want to say
Well,
win,
actually, you said 2 decades, but since Vietnam.
well, we have not gained a thing. So we are not winning in the sense of winning or losing. We're not winning anything. But
And
we're
I think I was,
destabilizing.
yeah, and they keep talking about increasing the. So I'm an MMTer, right? So I believe, hey, money they just print it because how else can you afford a $300 million per war per day? Like how you afford this, and you keep talking about the deficit. They can't find money for Medicare for all or universal health care. But all of a sudden, let's go to war against some country that I promise ain't did nothing to us. And I could almost see it if they like bombed us or captured our soldier. Well, okay. I mean, I'm not for war. I don't want anybody to think I'm for war, but that's a more legitimate excuse than they can make nuclear weapons. Okay, you want Iran to stop making their weapons. When are you going to stop making yours? How come
Mm.
nobody's asked that question? It's like, okay, you get to make yours, but you're telling this country they can't. Do you hear yourself?
It's just like what they did with Gaddafi in Libya, and people are not seeing how bad that turned out. And this is what they want to do. They want to destabilize, regime change, and make it whatever they want to make it. And now, when you look at the situation, people are looking back on it like, yeah, Gaddafi wasn't perfect. I mean, what leader is perfect that you know of? But Gaddafi wasn't perfect, but he was trying to better the people. They had free education, they had healthcare. He was trying to get, that one African currency, and he was trying to better his people. They went in, oh my goodness, you're so wrong, you're so bad, you're so this, took him out, and now it's like it's the new slave trade in that area. That's the human trafficking aspect of it. They are literally just back, might as well say in the 1800s, and people not realizing that this is exactly what's going to happen. Just like the pretense for war uh, was 9/11, and you saw when the Epstein files, with Elaine was supposed to be on that super secret committee or whatever it was, and now they're saying that it was a possibility that Israel had something to do with that, and this is why we're on the track that we're on, or have been, and haven't done anything constructive in the world when it comes to using our defense forces. We're not supposed to be starting things, but we do have the right to defend ourselves. So, like you were saying, if we got bombed, we have the right to defend. Absolutely. But we don't have the right to destabilize just because we don't like that you might defend yourselves against us.
Look at the nation of Haiti and how we literally destroyed that country. They're gone. Haiti is literally it exists. It's on a map. You can find it. That country is so devastatingly poor. And then we say we're gonna send you back. Keep in mind we ousted their leaders and said, no, we're gonna put in who we want. Don't give the people in Haiti the right to dictate who they want. No, no, no. See, we got to do it. And then we cry because people they're coming into this country. Well, we messed up their countries. Where else do you think they're supposed to come?
Hmm.
If we hadn't placed our leaders, stolen their resources, put in drug cartels, maybe they would have stayed in their countries. Have you ever thought of that? And
No.
so when I think about what Trump is going to talk about, it's going to be this. Oh, I already know. It's I'm great. I'm the greatest president. The people are saying, ain't nobody saying it because now even his supporters are saying, well, I didn't vote for this. And I can say, well, yes, you did. You
Hmm.
literally said, I'm okay with this. I'm okay because he promised to end the wars. And was it 100 days? He said he was going to end the Ukrainian war.
Hmm. And
We passed 100 days. It ain't ended yet. It ain't ended yet. Israel broke the ceasefire.
as they always do.
Um, bro, you ain't kept none of your promises. But yet, the Republican Party has no spine. And I'm criticizing the Republican Party, but Democrats, y'all ain't no better. No better. I was doing some research, and yes, I'm gonna get to the Trump address, but I was like, well, how much influence does APAC or Israel leaning committees have on our politicians?
A lot.
I didn't even realize. I thought, okay, well, big pharma, the insurance industry, maybe pharmaceutical drug. Okay, they have influence. I didn't know APAC had money like that. I'm like, where are they getting this money from? Where are they getting this money from?
I mean, you think about it, we're sending Israel money. So they could be just putting that money right back into APAC to pay all these politicians. And it's just like, this is why they don't care because they know it's our money in the first place.
And,
So
and
it's,
another thing that makes me angry, yeah, I bring go to the religious tip. Y'all Christian Zionists, we is not all like y'all. We is not like y'all need to go back to vacation Bible school. That's where you need to go because you apparently we ain't reading the same Bible. We just not because I don't know where y'all just pulling stuff. It don't make no because see y'all forgot about this man. See, some people call him the Messiah, and some people call him the Lord. I'm gonna just call him by his regular name, Jesus. See, that's what I'm gonna call because that's what I call. Y'all just forgot all about him. Oh, don't get nervous. No, see, we don't talk about him. No, we're gonna just skip that part and we're gonna go way back to the Old Testament. And you even taking that out of context. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. That's why I say y'all need to go back to vacation Bible school and get some type of learn because y'all just stupid and y'all making us look bad. And I don't really appreciate because it makes me I'm like, we is not all this stupid. We are not. I promise we are not.
well, it's a supremacist thing. So either way it goes around, whether it be Christian nationalists, Christian Zionists, it's all a supremacy thing. And it could be Zionist supremacy, white supremacy. It's not other people's supremacy, I tell you that much. It's nothing to do with
Right.
any other minority.
Yeah, they should get the land. Well, first of all, Palestinians are more Jewish than the white Europeans that moved to. See, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this, but I'm gonna go there.
Go ahead.
In what 1948, when Great Britain had control, they're like, we're gonna put it on, put them in Israel, and then we'll just split it. Palestinians were already there. The
Right.
people that moved there were not. They didn't have to show proof like, oh, well, I'm Jewish because of this, and this. Nope. I mean, I could go stupid and say, hey, the Bible says I'm Abraham's seed by faith. Where my land?
Right.
I literally could do that. And I would have more of a legitimate argument than Israel has to kick the Palestinians out. I would have more of an argument. Yeah, it's a dumb argument, but their argument isn't even statistical either. It's not like it makes sense. Oh, well, it's ours. Well, no, you got people there. And you say that Hamas is in the tunnels, but yet you're shooting up hospitals, schools, mosques, churches. Why don't you just go to the tunnels? Because that's where they are allegedly.
They beating the brakes off of them in flip flops and Nike shorts, and that is their problem. They don't want to get close to them at all because
Well,
they Israel.
they created Hamas.
Yes, they did, and they're creating future children and future generations that are going to grow up and be like, Israel sucks. Like,
Exactly. And that's intentional. It's to keep this war cycle continuing. Because if we're continually in war, we got to give more money to war. They're going to keep asking the, the United States for more money, right? And I heard Netanyahu once say, hey, we don't need the US to fund us. I say call them out on it. I'm like,
mhm.
okay, you said that you don't need our money. So what we gonna do is not give you no more. See how long that lasts. But see, you said you didn't need us. That's what
Nah.
you said.
I mean, they need us, probably need us now after Iran did them knockout hits on some of their bases. I was like, Let me
Well,
see.
they need us, but he out of his own mouth said, "Hey, we don't need." Well, okay, let's see how they go.
Well, see, what
Let's
Iran
take it
did,
to work.
Iran was by themselves when they started dropping bombs. Now, Yemen sometimes will help, but Iran, when they were doing that little 7 day war, that was Iran going back and forth with Israel. But who did Israel have? United States, Britain, Jordan. I'm like, you can't fight a fair one-on-one. So how are you gonna try to bully anything over here and say that you don't need somebody? You definitely need somebody because you can't
Well,
fight.
yeah. My point is prove him to be fake. See, if I was president, no, I ain't giving you nothing. I'm not giving you not one, no missiles. I ain't selling you no missiles. We're not gonna make no nuclear weapons. Let's just see how long this. Let's just see who cries first.
Have nuclear weapons, but
Yeah,
we
they
know.
got weapons. When you gonna stop making yours? You gonna
Hmm.
tell them to stop, but you don't stop. So no, I don't expect Trump to talk about very much, and it'll be 90 minutes of just babbling, babbling, and more babbling. But here's the thing about if we were in Congress. Now, some of the Democrats are saying they will not attend, but I think they should. Because
Why?
this is what
Class?
Congressman Tracy, this is what Congressman Tracy Carson would do. I would wear all, I say, yeah, we're gonna all wear orange. We're gonna all dress in prison costumes. All of us, we're gonna all do it. Every time he says a sentence, get up and start making noise. Like, remember when Congressman Al Green did that and they kicked him out? There should have
Hmm.
been somebody else right behind him. As soon as he got kicked out, another one should have jumped in. And when that person got kicked out, another one should have jumped in. So I would go. Oh, I would go every time. I'd be like, you a lie. You're a liar and a pedophile. How about that? Every
Hmm.
single time he opened, yeah, I would go just to get kicked out.
I'll
That's
bring a
why I
church
would go.
for you. There's liar, pedophile on one side or the other.
Just
Hmm.
just sit I would literally go. That's why I would do it. Now, do I want to sit there and hear him talk about himself for 4 hours? No. But if I'm gonna do a protest, I'm gonna do a protest. I'm not gonna just sit there and be like, you, sir, you were named more in the Epstein files than Jesus was in the New Testament. Explain. Every time he opened up his mouth, you're a liar. Every time. And then they would kick me out, and then somebody else would come in, and then they get kicked out, and they get kicked out. See, like I said, we all wear prison uniforms because that's literally where you should be. We would all wear prison uniforms.
We could set up a spade table and an Uno table out there too. Get a little grill going. I'm just saying, make it theatrical. Let's do it.
Yes, go take it there. But no, here's what the Democrats will do. I'm not gonna go, and I'm gonna write, as Hakeem Jeffrey says, a strongly worded letter.
Hmm.
Mm.
Because that's what they're hiding behind. I'm writing a letter to show my opposition, but I can't even show up in opposition. But you can show up to vote for things we don't want.
Ex- You need to say that one more time. Oh my goodness. You're going to sit there. I'm not going. No, that's when you should go. If you don't go no other time, that's when you go. All these letters, yeah, write a letter, I guess. But if when Trump invited Hakeem Jeffries to the White House to meet with him, he went. What did he do? He didn't get up in his face, be like, you know what, sir? No, he don't deserve to be called sir. My job is to stop you. That little hat that he said that Trump 2028, I'd have put it in the trash. I'd have brought my own little trash, little bag, put it in the trash, be like, that's trash. You know you can't run no 3 times. Stop.
Right.
They just, well, we're gonna just go here and do nothing and they want us to vote for them.
Hmm. It bothers me more when there are black members because, like, what is his name? Clyde something. I can't remember his name.
Jim
He's South.
Clyburn
Yeah, that mother. Hmm. I didn't say
person.
it. I didn't say it. Yeah, all good. You're relying on your skin color to be in office, and you are doing nothing for the people that put you in office. But you are. gaining money. You can't go in office as a thousandaire and come out a millionaire and expect me to think, oh, well, you were clean the whole time. Absolutely not. No.
I tell myself I'm in the wrong profession because I don't know any profession where I can go in making 174,000 and come out a millionaire. Like that
Mhm.
should be first of all, they shouldn't even get paid to be in Congress, point blank in the period, if we want to keep it, if you dare to serve the people. But I'll leave that discussion for a whole nother thing. I'm harder on the Democrats because of this. I used to be a volunteer for the Democratic Party. Yeah, I know. Way back in my backslidden days. And it makes me so angry when I hear people say, we don't have a choice but to vote. Now I'm going to move into my midterm discussion. We don't have a choice but to vote for the Democrats. Yeah, I got choices. I got plenty choices. But I want to move to our next portion of the discussion. Should I vote in the midterms? As I stated, I know what I'm going to do in the general. It's independent all the way. I'm gonna be standing there writing all day because I see nobody who I can vote for. But the midterms has a unique perplexity for me because in Indiana, as in a lot of other states, there are only two ballots that I can pick from. I can say, hey, I'm voting for the Democrats, or hey, I'm voting for the Republicans. We ban third parties from having a primary vote. So they have to do theirs through convention. Yes, we do. Third parties cannot be on the ballot in Indiana. Yeah, I know Indiana is the most backward state in the country. Ranked choice voting is also illegal in Indiana. Um,
Um,
so I'm perplexed. I haven't missed an election since I was 18 years old. When I became eligible to vote, I voted. I have voted in every single election. I voted in the last presidential election, but here's what I did. I skipped president. I was like, I ain't no way I'm gonna vote for these clownfooneries. And I took the Democratic ballot because there was a Democratic candidate that I actually supported. So I'm like, okay, I'll vote for her because she's a Democrat, but everybody else I don't care about. So I had a point in mind. Well, she's not on the ballot this time, and her office doesn't come open until 2028. So I'm like, well, what do I do? Do I
mm.
sit it out? And I'm telling people, hey, we need to get these Republicans out and hope the Democrats do right? Or do we? Because Indiana's not going to change its law tomorrow to let third parties be on the ballot. They're just not going to do. I'm not going to get to go on primary Tuesday and be like, hey, give me a Green Party ballot. Well, first of all, we don't have a whole lot of Green parties running for office anyway, but I don't get to ask for that libertarian. Libertarians, they would be the third largest party in the state. What do I do? And I literally don't know.
Well, North Carolina's kind of like that a little bit, but because we have closed primaries. So if you're independent, you get to pick either party. But if you are not independent, if you have a party, you have to pick that party for the primaries. So I was independent at one time, and I chose the Democrat ballot only because there was somebody on there that I had, like you, felt it was worth voting for. Um, but sometimes it depends on what you want to do. There's a thing called controlled opposition. And with that, if you feel like voting for a certain Republican would knock the worst Republican off the ballot, maybe that's a good strategy to go with, or vice versa for the Democrats. If you're voting in those terms, it needs to be more about strategy than anything else. Because if you knock the worst of the worst off, then you don't have to worry about them in the general, and that's better than anything.
Yeah, and that's what I'm like. That's what I could do because I don't, because I'm in Indianapolis, so my congressperson is Andre Carson. He's running he's being primary for like the first time. Let's see, when did his grandmother die? He took over for his grandmother. He's been in office ever since. This will be like his sixth term if he gets primary, if he wins his primary, which I expect. But they're running this super. APAC has dipped his fingers into the election, and this guy that's running against him is super. I mean, there's pro-Israel, and then there's this guy. I'm like, oh, bruh, you just a little. I mean, he's like, I will fight for the rights of Israel. I'm like, what about the people of Indiana 7th District? What about us? So I
Mm-hmm.
want to, but then on the other hand, Congressman Carson hasn't had a town hall meeting in 4 years, is rarely in the community, hasn't really pushed for any legislation. So I'm like, do I go here or do I go here? Because me voting Republican, I just can't see myself doing. It's like, oh, wait a minute, oh, wait a minute, wait. It's like it's like I got the heebie-jeebies. It's like, I can't. But your point makes sense. If I could, like, if I was in Victoria Stratham's, because she's in the 9th district, she that lady she got problems. If I was in her district, I would literally vote for her. I would give me that Republican ballot and just let me vote against her. I would literally do it. But I'm in a district, I'm like, well, I could do it this way. Because really, the Republicans don't challenge for the 7th district at all. They just run, they just pick anybody. They just like, oh, well, they don't put in campaign money. They don't campaign for the office because they pretty much know it's a highly Democratic field. The last time Carson won, and I know we got the same last name, but we not related, I promise. The last time he won, it was like he beat his opponent, Republican opponent, by at least 70 points. I mean, he literally destroyed them. It was no contest. It was literally over at 1%. There's just like, yeah, he won. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think he's gonna have much. I think he's going to win his primary, but then I'm like, do I just vote against that one cuckoo, the crazy guy, and just be like, nah, I ain't gonna tolerate this and vote for somebody who he's right on Palestine. He's right on Medicare for all. So I'm like, who go for it and just swallow it anyway? Or do I say, hey, you probably want to have some more town hall meetings. You probably want to engage with the community. You probably want to push for legislation. Because I ain't voting for the other guy. The other guy, he not getting my vote. Period. Point and the blank. It's not gonna happen. So I'm perplexed. I'm like, well, do I show up? General, I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm going straight third party. I'm like, yep, just watch me go.
Yeah, I didn't realize for a long time that there were people that just voted for the president and they did not look down the ballot and vote. There are people that just voted for Congress, the US Congress, and didn't vote for president or anything else. I was like, why are y'all skipping things on the ballot? And now I kind of see it. I see why.
Yeah, I skipped the presidential in the primary because there was absolutely, and this is when Joe Biden was in the race before he decided to quit, i.e., forced out.
Hmm.
There was no way in the on this planet that I would ever cast a vote for Joe Biden. It wasn't gonna happen. I don't care what you say. I got a name for you, Tara Reid. Now that no, it wasn't gonna happen. Donald Trump was never gonna get my vote. There was no reason for me to go, but I knew there was one person who I supported her campaign. I donated to her campaign. So I'm like, okay, her I'll vote for. So I skipped president, went right down to US Senator and voted everything after. But it's a hard conundrum because I am a third party voter. I
Hmm.
don't vote for in the two-party system. I don't like the two-party system. I don't think we should be out here having to get petitions to be on a ballot. I think you declare you want to run for office, your name gets on the ballot, the end.
Yeah, because what I think that is a It's a threat to democracy. It's silencing people. We have the right to vote, so why can't we have the right to vote for the people we want to vote for? And then when you have these astronomical asks of third parties, you are basically using lawfare against other parties to be political forces in the US. You're basically saying, no, we're the top, we're going to stay at the top, and y'all just have to deal with it. And that's not how America was built. America had plenty of third parties, fourth parties, sixth parties, the Whigs, the Democratic Republicans, all types of parties that they had. Presidents switched parties like Lincoln did. It's different. But now we're stuck in this duopoly that everybody thinks is just what it is. And it's like, it's only that way because you won't change it. If you want to keep the same stuff, doing the
Exactly.
same thing you're
Keep
doing.
doing the same thing.
Exactly.
Oh, and when I hear people, "Oh, we don't got a choice," yes, you do. You absolutely have choices. And the one thing I always hear when somebody says they're running independent, and someone will always say this, and it frustrates me. Well, you're not going to win as a third party. That's because you don't vote for them. You don't vote
Mhm.
for them. You don't volunteer for their campaigns. You just keep voting for the same thing. You keep voting the same way. It doesn't work, but you keep voting for it.
Well, I ask people, I said, what do you want from your elected officials and what have you gotten since you elected them? And when they can't tell me one thing, I ask, so why are you still voting for them? And they
Yeah,
all
they're
they can
making
say is, well, I don't want the Republicans or I don't want the Democrats. I'm like, so you're letting another party control your vote, even though you're not getting what you want from any party. Got you. I mean,
and you keep thinking for somehow this gonna work. Show me when. Show me any time that your theory has worked out for you. So as a Black American, I want reparations. I don't
amen.
want to study. I don't want no more. We're gonna have a set. No, you tell me the amount. We start at 250,000. That's the starting point. I don't got time. It should be more than that, but I'm just saying, that's where you start. You looking at me like, nah, that's too much.
No, that's too little. We ain't starting at no $1 million. I mean, that's why I'm saying we should start at $1 million. Let's start there. Absolutely.
Okay, so yeah, okay, I'm with you. So we started $1 million because reparations is a debt owed. I'm so tired of hearing, yes, I'm gonna call her name, the Jasmine Crockett. Well, no, we shouldn't have reparations because they're getting clean water for people in Texas. Girl, everybody drink water.
Right.
Who don't drink water? Who don't drink water? Who is this person not drinking water? Girl, bye. I'm so sick of the Black Caucus. Oh, I like to, if I could just get them out, just get any of them. I'm tired of y'all. Y'all make me sick. You don't even say, you don't say, what is it that you do?
Not a
If you can't rock with reparations, get out of my face. I don't care if you city council, I don't care if you governor, I don't care if you mayor, I don't care. If you are not for reparations for Black Americans, shut up. I don't care anymore. I
mhm.
don't. Because I'm tired. I'm tired of these politicians playing in our face. They're literally playing in our face. You could literally create federal jobs right now. Trump and Congress could get together and say, we're going to create jobs for Americans.
Who take them jobs? I say that because the people who have federal jobs, they just got hit up by Doge. Oh, your department is gone. Blah blah blah. I myself, I work for the government, yeah, but I never will take a federal job. After he pulled that stunt, to know that a president could come into office and be like, well, we don't need that. And all my hard work and hard years and probably close to retirement time has gone away by one whip of a pen that had nothing to do with my performance. Oh no, I don't
Thank
want to
you.
be federal anymore.
Left Connect's got a message for me, and he's completely right. Tracy, use your MMT knowledge to teach everyone that reparations would be paid using zero tax dollars. That is absolutely correct. That is absolutely correct. The federal government creates currency. If they can create currency for war, they can create currency to pay for reparations. You are absolutely right. Thank you, Left Connect, for the correction. I greatly appreciate it. But it's so hard for me to tell people, y'all got to stop voting the way you're not, whether you are an extreme conservative. I will use this as an example. Mike Pence, our former governor, our former yeah, I know. He was our governor first. Mike Pence once said he wants to see abortion ban in every state of the year. Every state to just ban abortion. I know, girl. Let me get to what I'm saying. This is what Republicans want. When I hear conservatives say why they're voting for the Republican Party. And I'll ask them this question. You have Trump in the White House. You have a Republican controlled Senate, and Republicans, for the most part, control the House. How come there hasn't been any legislation to ban abortion? There has
Just,
not been one piece of legislation that they have put forward that would prevent abortion.
just like when the Democrats were in office and they didn't codify Roe v. Wade. Same reason.
Yeah, you just got on my opposite point. Obama said, "Hey, when I get in, the first thing I'm going to do is codify a woman's right to choose." Then when he got elected, it wasn't important anymore. Y'all got to stop letting people use issues to get y'all votes. And look at what they've done. Look at what party they're with. Listen, stop listening to Kamala Harris, who I'm gonna say this. I hope she does run. I want her to win the Democratic nomination. Just so I can vote against her again. Just so I can yeah, run, win that nomination. Do it again. Raise $3 billion. Please do it. Because I'm gonna go right to that poll and do what I did the first time. I don't care if you're a woman. I don't care if you went to Howard. I don't care. La 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 la. Because as soon as you utter, I'm give Israel whatever they need to finish. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. You don't gotta say nothing else to me. But yeah, run, please, please. I'm begging you, run again. Like I'm glad she didn't run for governor because I want her not only to run, I want her to be in a debate so she can fumble it and then say word salad answers. Yeah, do please win the nomination. Win it. I want you to win. I want you to win the nomination easily so that I can go to the polls in November 2028 and say, watch this. Because I won't.
I don't
But
think she was going to do California really good if she ran for governor. And Butch Ware is running down there. He'd have tore her to pieces.
I don't want her to run for. I'm glad when she said she wasn't running for governor. I was like, for president, for president, do it, because
Mhm.
I want the pleasure of voting against her again. Trump can't run no more, no matter what he tells y'all, MAGA, MAGA, MAGA. He can't run 3 times. He cannot run 3 times. And for you to want him 3 times, you need to watch the whole Schoolhouse Rock series. They do these whole little things. See, that's what you need to do. Go back to your primary, because primary education is very beneficial. It teaches you the basics. And some of y'all not using y'all brain at all. He can't run. He won't run. And JD Vance ain't it. He
Okay.
just not. Somebody throw that man a personality. Please throw it to him. Give it to him. Just say, here you go. But I'm getting to this point because I'm just like, we keep saying, well, they don't do anything. Stop electing them. Stop. You don't have to vote for them. You can vote for a third party candidate that is more
Mhm.
likely to listen to you, that is more willing to say, yeah, I'm going to have town hall meetings. Yeah, I'm going to not take campaign money. You can vote another way. You get the government that you vote for, and you get the government that you do not vote for. So, all the people that sit at home and don't do nothing and then complain, you need to shut up. You, sir, ma'am, if you didn't vote this last time and now you complain, shut up. I don't
Mhm.
got no time. I don't even want to hear nothing.
Well, I mean, their vote for not voting is kind of a protest vote as well. However, in the last presidential cycle, there were a lot of people that I had talks with, and I said, okay, take for example, um, South Carolina is a red state. I don't think they voted Democrat for president in umpteen years, more years than I've been alive. So for the people who were Democrats down there, You're talking about voting third party is a wasted vote. Your vote is a wasted vote because you're not going to get past that Republican red line. So why not vote for third parties to make sure that they can have ballot access? And it was the same for California. If you're a Republican in California, that state's gonna go blue. You're not gonna get past that blue line. So in that sense, your waste for voting for your Republican candidate is a wasted vote if you want to talk about wasted votes. So why don't you vote for a third party so they can get ballot access? This was something that's it's called strategic voting. And when
You
people
know
do it,
what?
it's good. Go ahead.
I'm gonna answer your question why they do that because they're scared. This is why they're scared. If the third party message catches on and people say, you know what? Let me start doing this. This is why Kamala Harris spent $20 million taking the campaign of Cornel West to office to throw his name off the ballot. She didn't do that because she knew that Dr. West was going to win Georgia. He did run as a Republican. She did it because she saw the message gaining traction. She
Mm-hmm.
did it because if the message gains traction and people start to show up to vote third party, it's like, wait a minute. That's why they do it. It's not that, well, California is a blue state. It is, but they barely hold on. They are barely, barely, barely holding on to that Democratic hold. And if they
Mm-hmm.
see that going away, I can see why they would say that because they don't have the majority that they used to have. If people stay home or they say, you know what, let me vote for Arnold Schwarzenegger to be governor. He's a Republican. Let me vote for this person. Then I can see it more at a local level than a presidential level because we don't vote for president. The Electoral College selects the president. I can see it, but then I would say to any candidate that's third party that's considered run and tell them, look at my policy. Don't look at my party name. Ignore that part. Look at what I'm saying. And we got a comment that we're going to get into our next one because Left Connect says this Butch Ware needs to be honest with his supporters about MMT. He knows it's true, but still spreads the lie about taxes paying for federal spending. Paul Rubin just called him out yesterday online. So let me tell you where this comment is coming from, Left Connect. So I have done several shows about MMT, modern monetary theory, and I've been talking about why these politicians say it. Now, I say they're saying it because it's an easy argument to make. And I'm pretty sure, yep, my little my little glucometer is going off. Let me turn this off. Um, is going off. And I want you to answer that question because you with the Green Party, I'm not.
Okay, put it back up so I can see it again. I don't think it was a question. He was just saying that Butch is lying about it, and I would have to actually get the context where he was talking about it. With his support about MIT, he knows it's true, but still spins the lie that taxes paying for federal spending. Uh, I would actually myself, I would reach out to Butch about it to see what he's saying because I have no skin in that game. I'm not even gonna lie to you. When it comes to me, I totally stay out of that field of things. And the reason why, because I've realized it's a messy area. When you start talking about taxes, spending, and all that other stuff, all I can really tell you is it's our money at the end of the day. Yes, the government creates money, but they're creating money from us. They're creating money. The theory is off our social security numbers, and that's whatever it is. But I I can't. Bush Ware says a lot of stuff. Not
And
everybody
most of it,
agrees with.
when I looked at his campaign, to be honest, and now I'm going to get into I have questions about the Green Party
Okay.
because I was active with the Green Party. And one of the things that frustrates me about the left, and this is not just an attack on the Green Party, this is Justice for All, PSL, the Socialist Party. I don't understand why people of the Christian faith, and I'm not talking about the Muslim faith, I'm not talking about the Buddhist faith, I'm not talking about the atheist faith, because I do say they are people of faith, they don't have any. They
Mhm.
still have means, they still do education, that's a religion. Why is it that the Green Party seems to shun Christians? I don't understand. I'm like, well, we here. Like we could be. I don't see. I'm gonna use Butch Ware as the example. Has I because I know he practices Muslim. He's a practicing Muslim, or does he practice Islam? Because I know they're not the same. But I don't see the Green Party like reaching out to churches. I don't see. I don't see it, and I'm like, why don't I see it?
Okay. Well, that's understandable. We don't do things under the banner of taking stuff like religious into contention. We don't reach out to mosques. We don't reach out to churches. We don't do anything like that. Even though, when I was growing up, we would, in the Democrat Party, we went on Sundays before election and passed out, sample ballots, stuff like that. But the Green Party operates in a different way, as in respect of religions. We have respect for what you do, for yourself, and we're not going to try to intrude on that with the political aspect of it, because that might be something different for you. But we do have we have Christians in the Green Party. We have priests in the Green Party. We have pastors in the Green Party. It's not that they're not there. It's just that the reach out to the churches, we're not going to always do that, because we feel you have something that leads you, and the politics and our values and our pillars are what leads us. And if that's something that you align with, which a lot of times, since we are pro-choice, it doesn't align with Christians. So we do have to, you know, not only pro-choice, but it's disability a lot of times too. Like, churches do not have to comply to ADA standards. We don't think that that's, fair for anybody, but churches have the ability to go above that. Um, so, and I'm gonna stop saying we at some point in time, because there's a difference between me and the Green Party. But that is very true. Churches do not have to apply the ADA standards. Neither do they have to do so at any schools that they create. And so that is against the disability community, and that's also something that we wouldn't want. We fight for disability rights. So it's not that we are chasing anybody out. It is that we have our four pillars, we have our 10 key values, we have our platform. And if you agree with it, wonderful. Come on in and have a good day. And there are some Greens that had to have getting kicked out, i.e., the last Green Party they had in Georgia before this new one, because they were kind of transphobes. So it's not like it's just a Christian thing. We'll spin the block on a Green Party member too if you don't like stuff. It is what it is.
Yeah,
We
because that one bothers me, and I'll tell you why. Because we know how, as Christians, how we work. We are some good workers. We are strong. We are intelligent. No, I'm not going to do that color purposely, but it's like I think there's a piece missing, right? Because Democrats go into churches and they're pro-choice. They are definitely pro-choice. You know what they do? They sidestep it, right? They know how to sidestep it, and that's
is a
where
lie.
I'm like,
It's a lie.
yeah,
We're not gonna go in your church and lie. We're
no,
not gonna
I'm
do
not
it.
saying don't lie, but what I'm saying is you could bring, and I'm saying you because you're not running for office, but I'm gonna just use you because you the key Green Party person could go in there and talk about. You could just talk about economics. That's all you could talk about. You don't have to talk about abortion. You don't have to talk about now. You should talk about disabilities. Like y'all need to get some ramps in here so that people with wheelchairs can come access your congregation. I don't think that's out of step. I think you should be doing that. But just talk about economics, because I think economics, that is the everybody can understand. Hey, my paycheck ain't what it need to be.
Well,
Anybody can understand that.
and I feel you, but as a campaign manager, I can literally tell you, when a Democrat is invited, we ain't got a chance to go in.
And see, I would say call them out. Cause see, Tracy don't got no problems with calling churches. I do it all day. But like, okay, so you gonna let them Democrats in? Oh, okay.
What's the point in having the animosity though? What's that? What's the point in doing that? Because at the end of the day, that'll make us look bad, and the church has
Yeah,
already
I
made their
guess.
decision. And so, if the church has already made their decision on where they go, I don't have to go to your church to reach those same people. I could go somewhere
That's
else and
true.
do them anywhere else. So I'm not going to put that on your church because again, you have something that you follow by, and we got something that we follow by. If we move and groove and vibe and sliding in the same areas, we could do that. Other than that, it's not worth the heartache, the pain, you know, the harassment issues or whatever may come down the line. It is more about the people. If the people want it, they will find it and they will get it. And we are in more places than just the church. So it's not a big deal if we can't go there. Now, the only things that we do say is if you're going to invite a Democrat and a Republican, where's our invite?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because a lot of I hate to use the term black church, but I'm gonna just use it anyway. They do that. They will invite Republican, they'll invite Democrat. Where the Green Party at? Y'all ain't gonna put nobody. Well, they don't. We don't know who to reach. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Um, Left Connect has a great point that I want to make, and this is the point I've been making for years. The evangelicals have hijacked the abortion issue. They absolutely did. Jerry Falwell used it in the 80s to scare Republicans into voting Republicans. This is where I'm talking about. Go and talk to churches of how hypocritical the GOP is. That if the Green Party could do that, just do that. You ain't got to do nothing else. You ain't got to go here and talk about, hey, let's all marry the gay people. I get it. Some churches, like church I go to, they ain't gonna listen to that. But this listen to every time. You don't gotta go in there and talk about, hey, you can just say, hey, it's stuff we gonna just disagree on. Boom, bam, we ain't gonna this how we feel, this how you feel. You in America, you get to fit. Just do this. Just that.
Right?
That.
It's a try.
Right there, that.
I mean, but again, you got to have them invite you in, and then sometimes they just don't want to.
Okay. So when they don't invite you in, I feel you, right? Because I knew I said, well, we're going to argue and fight about this one. Because I feel like I've been in church all my life. There's never been a point in my life where I haven't been to church. I grew up in the church. I go to church. I just went to church today. Trust and belief. I'm calling them out like, hey, um, have a Green Party person speak. Matter of fact, when we were campaigning for Dr. West, I, along with some other people, we got to talk about Dr. West's campaign in church. That was yeah, we got a lot of funny looks, but guess what? We still did it.
Mhm.
Why they haven't did it? I say call them out to the carpet. Why? Because they need to be called out. See, I say this one. I say, and now you say, well, it won't do anything. But you know what? If you could just do this, be like, hey, let the people hear all voices.
Well,
Let them hear everybody
that's intruding on a spiritual place. Why would I want to do that?
because you
So
have to.
no, it's not because I have to. Well, like I said, I can meet them anywhere else. I don't have to meet them at church.
I'm talking about a specific group of people. I'm not talking about the whole black community. Obviously, I'm not talking about that because you
Are
go to
you talking
beauty
about that
shops and
church?
I'm
Yeah.
talking about I'm talking about the church mothers and the church father. I'm talking about a specific targeted group of people. And that's what was missing even in the Mandami camp. I'm like, you don't know what a church is? You don't want to what we do to y'all? We just here. We
I,
just trying to praise the Lord. We just trying to
so,
lift his name up and sing off key. That's all we trying to do.
and that's what we talked about with sending like the pamphlets or things like that. And if they don't respond or want us to be there, we won't be there because we're not going to just like walk up and go to service one day and be like, and by the way, we're from the Green Party. We sent you some stuff and now we're here to speak. That's an intrusion on your spiritual time.
No, I'm not saying do that because that's just rude. But I'm saying, hey, you could place a phone call and then be like, well, if you don't want
And
us to come,
have,
Oh, you have? Okay. Because I'm
Oh
like, it's
yeah.
gotta be something that I'm not thinking of. This is just, again, I said, hey, this is gonna be the point of operation we fight, because that's most likely why I left the green, because I'm like, y'all gonna just ignore us like that. Okay, cool. I didn't take in account those other things because I'm thinking, oh well, everybody ought to do this when churches have community fairs. Buy booths. When they
Hmm.
sell them little booths, buy booths.
Hmm. And some people in the Green Party that aren't religious at all, they wouldn't, like you just said, they wouldn't know anything about it because they don't go to the churches. So that's not on their mind to do. I came from the Democratic side. So, like I said, we put stuff out at churches because we know the backbone of the Black community is mainly in the church. So, and I'm a PK. So, my mom was a bishop, baby. Yeah, for church strong. So, yeah, I know about all that. But even with her having to deal with people coming to the churches, she has to take into consideration that the other pastors have to take into consideration of that. So they're going to see who they let talk to their congregation. And
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm just telling you why I left.
yeah,
This is a Tracy perspective. Yeah, I knew we was gonna be like contentious in this one because I'm like, nah, what you ain't gonna do.
we're not, because I feel you. And it's not just the Christians that I feel sometimes don't get seen. The Black community doesn't always get seen. But what I do know is that we have to push harder for ourselves anyway. There is a
We
whole
always do.
in the in the Green Party platform under social justice, there is a whole Black agenda in reparations that does not get pushed enough, in my opinion. It doesn't get pushed enough to the point where we had a convention in North Carolina this month. Somebody asked about it, and I'm like, well, you're a Green Party member, but you don't know about it. So we're going to do a Black summit. We're going to do a Black summit so that the community can understand we're not just here giving lip service. Now, we do have a Black caucus in North Carolina, as well as the National Black Caucus. So, with that, we're going to say, yeah, we're here, and this is what we have available, and this is what we think about these things. This can be done at any point in time, anywhere with any people. And so, on the Christian side of things, I would think that having something like that, maybe a summit of different religions or something like that will be able to come together, because believe it or not, a lot of people in the disabled community who are Christians, they vote Republican because they're against abortion, because they made it feel like they were trying to abort disabled kids before they got here.
Yes, that's what I'm talking. That okay? So now we back on the same page. We ain't fighting no more. That's what I'm
We
saying.
were
Do
fighting, I promise. I felt you. I understand. I get it. And the thing is, they're using all these tactics in churches, and well, the Democrats and Republicans use all these tactics in churches to do different things. And
yes.
the Green Party is like, I don't want to use a tactic on you because
Yes,
you're
I'm gonna
living
be
in
honest
love.
with you and tell you, yeah, you probably disagree with us on gay marriage. That ain't gonna like church I go to, they ain't gonna listen. But they'll listen to economics, they'll listen to a forum. So yes, that I'm making that suggestion to the Green Party. That's what I'm gonna
Okay.
suggest. Yeah, do a forum. I say get specifically Christian, but if you want to bring the Muslims and the Buddhists and the Hindu, do that.
Okay.
Do just that. And I will be like, okay, I'll shut up now. Cause that's what I felt like. Cause I'm like, nah, what you ain't gonna do. Cause you know me, I'm gonna tell you he died. Point blank,
Mhm.
period. I'm gonna tell you he died, and on the third day he rose again. Stop me, make me.
I
But I got
understand.
enough common sense to know everybody don't share my faith. I do know that. Trust and
Hmm.
believe, I know that. But when I feel like you can talk like Butch Ware talks about his Muslim faith all the time.
Hmm.
How come I can't talk about my Christian faith?
You should be.
How come I don't get a chance? When I get a chance, I get looks. You don't get look, everybody respects it. And so you gonna just disrespect them like that? Nah, what you ain't gonna do. What you ain't gonna do. And
Hmm.
that's probably the number one thing that just said, nah, I ain't gonna do it. So next question I got for you. You just said it. Black issues. I'm so sick. And y'all white people out there, don't take offense to what I'm about to say. But if y'all tell me one more time not to talk about reparations, one or two more candy because my blood sugar's running a little low.
Okay.
Stop telling me not to talk about reparations. I'm gonna keep on talking about reparations. It's like the Green Party to me talks more about the alphabet community than they do about the black community. And I'm keeping it a whole buck when I say that. And I'm not saying that to just because trust and believe. I want to be a part of a party that has my values. But when you talk about this community, but you don't talk about that one, oh, Tracy gonna have a problem with you.
Well, I don't think that's a Green Party as a whole. So to me, each state is different. Like I said, Georgia, um, they got their Green Party revoked because of transphobic issues, um, and now they have a new Green Party that's been set up. Every state is different. Florida is different from North Carolina. Every one of them is different. So if your state is pushing more on one issue than another, then that's up to you to get involved in your state at that level so you can get the other issues pushed out, because somebody is pushing that issue out. It's not just nobody. Somebody is doing it. And right now, from what I'm seeing in the Green Party nationally, because I'm on a lot of those committees and things like that, it's about not having wars. We're like, okay, yes, Gaza is getting demolished right now. There's a genocide going on, but so is Sudan, and so is the Congo, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and we're recognizing all these other things. So right now it's about nonviolence. That's what I see more of than anything else. Um, and it's Black History Month, so you can see some Black history stuff, of course. But we're doing different things, and it's not solely based on any one group. Because at the end of the day, it's about socialism. So that's where we're going to come into this. It's about the environment and socialism. So what's going on with the environment, and are the people okay? That's it. That's the third. Well, what are we going to do here?
And that frustrates me. And let me tell you why. Because I'm always gonna be this color. At the end of the day, if somehow that could be connected to the black people, I feel like it would be better. Here's what I don't want. I don't want to be the token black person. That's what I'll say. I don't need you to say, well, Tracy, she with the green, but no. You need to be talking to black people, even if I'm not there.
Mhm.
Somehow you're gonna have to get around that. And that's what I feel like. I felt like I was always the token black person. I'm like, nah, I can't. And when I feel like I'm the token, I can't ride with that.
Yeah, that's how I first felt when I got into the Green Party, because there were not a lot of Black people in Green Party when I started. And now we have a Black caucus in North Carolina. So that means that we've gained Black people, and that was through our efforts to say, hey, you know, we want our things heard. We want to be there for our community. So it was not excluded from anything that was being done before, but we just said, okay, we need this caucus so we can focus on our community and the things that are in that Black agenda with the reparations. This is where our focus needs to be. We want to be able to support our Black candidates in a way that says, okay, the Black community can get behind this, and be out in the Black community as the Black caucus and let them know that there are other options. But it does sometimes take that one person to make other people step up and learn about the Green Party and get out there and do things. So I understand. I understand not
Because
wanting to
I'm
be
just
the
like,
token.
maybe I ain't that black person. Maybe it's some other black person in India because I don't got patience. That's the other thing. This person, you know what, Nelson? You know you my favorite, right? You know you my favorite viewer. What does the green? I'm gonna tell y'all now. Tracy is not on the Sharma Sawant train. I got my own issues with her, but I'm gonna be nice and just ask the question: what does the Green Party feel about Sharma Sawant running in Congress in Seattle, Washington? I'll just ask the question and not give my thoughts.
Okay, so I can tell you this again: the Green Party National is separate from the Green Party of Washington. So two different entities, right? National Green Party, no skin in the game. Green Party of Washington, I'm pretty sure that they are going to be running a Green Party candidate if they can. As far as the
Yes, please
politics,
run a Green Party candidate, please. I'm just saying, please. Just please. Because you're not going to
um,
just put your mouth on black people and just have me be okay. I said I wasn't going to say my opinion. I said I wasn't going to do it. I'm just doing it. I'm like, nah, what you not going to do? What you not going to do? Yeah, run some. Hey, Green Party of Washington, listen to Tracy. Run somebody. I don't care who it is. Matter of fact, I would almost move to Washington State. See, almost, but it costs a little bit too much to live there. But you may continue. I'm sorry. I said I wasn't going to do it, and I just really did it.
um, so we don't agree on everything. Okay, I
No, we
can't tell
don't.
you the Green Party does not agree on everything that she's doing. We would not be endorsing her or anything to that nature. So I don't know how the Green Party of Washington specifically feels. I do know they have talked about running somebody in that area. So I would have to get in touch with Margaret Elizabeth, who is, I believe, the co-chair of the Washington Green Party, to be more specific about it. But I do know that we would not be endorsing and that they'd probably be running somebody else. As far as her
I
own
hope so.
passion,
Because, nah, see, no, what you not, nah, let me just shut up and go to the next one. The churches aren't supposed to be political in the first place. Yes, we know. Jesus teaches align way more with the Green Party than the other two. That's a true statement. That's a true statement. I agree with that, Lieutenant. Um, then he also
I really
says,
do agree with that because being in the church, being a PK myself, and then having that political side, I was like, this is supposed to be a separation between church and state. Why are you up in here doing this? Now you got to pay taxes. That was in my mind. That was in my mind for the last long. It's like, why are you talking about laws and politicians in the church when you're supposed to have separation church and state? And then you see in Congress how they don't separate church and state when they are making bills and doing things like that. They're
no,
making it under the guise.
they they use the church. They pimp the church. If I'm gonna just be honest about it, because the pastors let the church be pimped. Oh, I said what I said. I don't care. You ain't got it like me, because like you, I'm also a PK. Um, and my daddy wouldn't let them because my dad was my pastor. He wasn't letting them come in because it's like you're not gonna just sit here and lie.
That's the point. That's the point.
But he did tell people, you need to learn about the candidates, you need to research the candidates. He would let them pass out like their little pamphlets. He would
Hmm.
never, but you getting up during service, nah, because you're not gonna just put Bernie Sanders in no pulpit. Last time I checked, Bernie ain't Christian. Like, come on, let's keep it a buck. Like, we really gonna do this?
Hmm.
But I know you're gonna have something to say about this one. The Green Party diluted the lineage-based cash payment reparations for American freedmen of chattel slavery with race-based remedies. Karen Democrats have taken over the Green Party by silencing foundational Black Americans. I know you're going to disagree, so I'm going to just sit here and let you go.
Okay. Well, so there is a whole section in the platform of the Green Party that talks about reparations, and it is lineage based reparations. Now, there is a separate thing from lineage based reparations for slave descendants of Africans to post slavery when you get into things like Jim Crow and things like that. Those are two separate issues because we are definitely talking about lineage based, and I'm lineage verified, by the way. Lineage verified. I have my certificate, so if they decide to do lineage based reparations, yeah, I got my certificate. I'm going in. I'm gonna get my money. Thank you. However, people oftentimes get those two mixed up because the Jim Crow era, things like that, they had immigrants and things, and a lot of the foundational Black Americans like immigrants should not get that lineage based reparation. I understand you because the lineage based reparations is for the descendants of enslaved Africans that were right here in the US. I get that. And that is also what is something that we have discussed in the Black Caucus of the Green Party. And we have put out there. There is a big difference. Like there's the Tulsa survivors that are here today. There's a difference between that because we know that there were a lot of different people in that community versus the descendants of the enslaved Africans. So we have to really ensure we're taking that line and not confusing them together because that's not what we want to do. And I've had a lot of foundational Black Americans come to me and ask me these similar questions about why they think that why the Green Party is pushing that away. And like, we're not pushing anybody away. We understand what's going on. We had a big issue with the immigration thing. Like they're not taking foundational Black Americans, so why shouldn't we care about? So why should we care about immigrants? And it's like, well, that we care about people, period. So yes, of course we're going to care about this, but that doesn't mean that we can't care for foundational Black Americans while taking also care of anyone that's an immigrant, because that's what
Yeah,
we're
you
going
can do
to do.
both at the same time, like literally.
Right.
Um,
So there's no issue with me, the Black Caucus, anybody with foundational Black Americans or lineage based reparations. It's sometimes it just gets taken different ways.
yes, Nelson, both the Democrats and Republican parties are controlled by corporations and are there to divide the people in order to keep control. Absolutely, socialized democracy need to unify around one person to win. I say the more candidates, the better, because
We
I,
tried
I,
that with Obama.
we
We
did
did.
what?
We tried this with Obama. We had hope,
Yeah,
and we
and
had
then
hope.
look where it got. Then
Exactly.
it got us.
He
I'll
had
tell
two
you
whole
this.
years to do anything he wanted to do, and they did not
Hey,
do.
at least I voted for him twice on
Me,
purpose.
me too.
If I could take a time machine and go back, whoo child, I'd go right back and be like, nah,
Mhm.
nah. Um, hold on. I want to read. No, I'm not going to read that comment. Um,
Read the comment.
this is the end. Yeah, I did not think we was going to go this long. I thought, oh, because there's more questions I have about the Green Card. Like, well, why y'all do this and why you do? Because right, like I said, right now I'm politically homeless. I just feel like okay, I'm just out there, um, and I've gotten away from electoral politics just because it's hard work to organize a political. It's hard work. It's work that needs to be done. Do not get me wrong. You're doing it. I don't know if I have your patience because I'm just like, you know what? I want it right now. I want it now. Give it to me now. I want it now. I can't. But the work needs to be done. But for me, I, I want people to stop taking what they're taking and get the duopoly. It has to die. It has to die. It's dying, but it needs to be taken out as soon as possible because it's not benefiting us. We still have um, many Americans living paycheck to paycheck, don't even have $400 saved up for an emergency,
Mhm.
have to borrow against their retirement to make mortgage. Um, and I'm gonna be with Left Connect. And I'm gonna let him have the last word. Abolish capitalism. Until we get that, and I'll say this: stop telling people to overturn Citizens United. You know that's not gonna do nothing. You know the Supreme Court is not gonna overturn Citizens United. Here's your alternative: don't take corporate PAC money. You could start with that. You literally can say, um, hey, I'm not taking it. This last comment is just erroneously incorrect. Illegals are not getting free health care and other benefits. No, that's not true. I don't know who told you that. No, 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 no. Which is why I'm against the Free Act. They can't vote in elections. They aren't getting free health care, and they're not taking jobs away from Americans. So we're gonna stop with stupidity today. We're not gonna have that. Not gonna have that. But I just thought I highlight that because people say anything in my comments because they want to get me mad
I mean, I
and act
know
like I
a
don't know the
lot of
Lord.
people think that immigrants are coming in and they're taking jobs and things of that nature. Well, they can't take something that's not going to be given. So I
Somebody
know
giving them jobs. Somebody creating them.
Right. So, they might be illegal, but if you talk to a Native American, we all legal. They indigenous here. We weren't. And I'm not gonna say all black people weren't indigenous because there were some black folks over here. But what I'm saying is this land is stolen in the first place from Mexicans, from the indigenous folk, from black folks. Exactly. No one is legal for stolen land. So talking about illegal immigrants, they might not have come over here legally, but we know that through the legal system, a lot of this stuff is rigged anyway because it's already rigged against us in our own communities. How come there are restaurants and shops owned by other minorities that we can't even get in our own community? If you know the system is rigged against you, why are you fighting to protect the system? Why do you care about illegal immigrants when the system is not going to fight for you in the first place? It doesn't
They
make sense
never
to
have
me.
fought for you. And that whole argument, I'm just like, y'all not being smart. Thank you so much for being with me today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, as you all know, it's February. It's gonna be the last Sunday that I get to wish everybody happy Black History Month. Black history is everybody's history. Everybody's history is Black history. I've been taking us out what we shall overcome. I'm going to do that today as soon as I bring up the clip. But we don't have to wait to overcome someday. We can work to overcome now. And how do we do that? We stop voting in Democrats that are going to watch things happen and do nothing, and Republicans that want to make nothing happen.
Mhm.
We vote a different way. We vote different. That's the only way we're going to get something different is by voting different. Stop voting when you vote for the lesser of two evils, you still have evil left over. Period. Stop telling me I'm wasting my vote. Um, Stop it because I'm going to keep fighting. I don't know how I'm going to fight. I don't know whether well, let me say this. I'm not running for office. I'll tell everybody that. I keep telling people to stop asking me. It's not going to happen. We already know this, and I've talked at length about why I don't think I should be the one running. I got mouth problems, real bad mouth problems. Yeah, you know. Whatever in my brain comes out of my mouth. I don't have no stop.
Maybe that's what they need.
However, no, you don't need somebody like me. No,
Yes, they
no.
do. What was that guy's name in Flint, Michigan? I can't remember his name right now to save my life. He just passed not too long ago.
Oh, yeah, now cool child. That's my favorite legislator of all time. That man, he literally, um,
I can't think of
he,
his name, but you know who
I
I'm
can't
talking
think
about.
of yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about. That's what we need more of. Me, I'm like, y'all ain't right. Y'all know y'all ain't right. Um, but I will be watching Trump's State of the Union address. I think is it this week or next week?
I couldn't tell you because I don't pay attention to that man like that.
Uh, I'm gonna bring up the oh, tell them about your podcast. I'm sorry, go ahead and tell them about
Oh,
your podcast. I'm looking for.
yeah, I do Green Party Teas on Sundays at 6 p.m. We talk about Green Party and all things that are going on. We interview candidates. I just did an interview with the U.S. Senate candidate for North Carolina, Brian McGinnis, today. So if you want to go ahead and search bar me, Green Party Tea, I'm here
That's his
every
name.
May. And he reminded me of my daddy so much. I swear for Eminem's, he reminded me for my daddy. Cause they act just alike. I love me some Eric Mays. I'm sorry I forgot your name. Rest in heaven. That was a beautiful man. Everything that he did, he didn't care what you was talking about. He said what he said for his people, and I loved it. But yes, Green Party Tea. Come and check me out Sunday 6 p.m. I'll be there on YouTube.
And most likely next week, I'm not gonna ask Khalid, will you come back next week? Because that's me taking too much for her time. But most likely I will be back next week. Well, yeah, I'll be back next week, but I'll be solo.
Mhm.
Um, I'm
If
gonna
you need me, I'll
probably
come back.
Yeah, I know, but look for that email. Um, I want to talk about our Indianapolis mayor's race. And see, bring you on, it's a hot mess.
Mm.
It's a hot Democrats fighting against each other mess, and I love it. I love it. It's like, yes, this is what I want to see. Yes. Um, yeah, it's a hot mess, and it's gonna be messier, and I'm here for it. Here for it. But join me next week. Remember, there are 200 days until the NFL season kicks off September the 11th. Oh, September 10th. I'm sorry, September the 10th. The draft is coming up in April. So I will, and I want to announce now, I will not do a show. The Sunday show will not air on April the 5th. That is Easter Sunday. Instead, I will be doing a show called Won't He Do It? I do
Want
an
to
Easter
hear?
themed show and I do a Christmas themed show. So all y'all know, just know, don't come in here and look, well, you're not talking about, I won't be talking about politics that day. That is Easter Sunday, April 5th. Don't look for the Sunday show I will be doing. It's either called He Did It, Now What? Or Won't He Do It? Yeah, he will. It's one or the other. It's gonna be religious. Tell you that now. So just you can hit that unsubscribe button. I'm gonna do me, and it don't matter. I'm gonna just do me and keep on and keep with that. But I do want to thank everybody and join me Thursday. I'm interviewing yet another Green Party candidate. It's been a whole month of Green Party candidates that I have been interviewing. But then April, it's going to be all libertarians because I got 2 or 3 libertarians lined up. So join me for the Tracy Show where I interview third-party candidates. We have a really good time. Our guest last week was Michael Dublin, was excellent. He did a fantastic job, and he's your co-chair of the Black Caucus. Am I correct?
Yeah, and I'm also his campaign manager. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, dear, his campaign. Shoot, you should have came on and talked about his campaign, but he did an excellent job. Um, so I will be interviewing. Oh boy, so let's see. Aria Pep, I can't pronounce his name, but he's running for Senate in Texas.
Yes, I think it's Arshia. Yeah,
Arshia.
yeah, and he wears that big old cowboy hat. I love him.
Yes, yes,
Mm-hmm.
he will be on, and then I'll be. It's like I got all Green Party. I don't want nobody to no, that's her show. I don't care. You get as long as you're not Democrat, as long as you're not Republican, because trust and believe I've had Democrats ask, "Can I be on your show?" No, it ain't for you. Sit down. It's not for you.
Yeah, I'll
Go
do
on
so.
somewhere else. But I will be doing that on Thursday at 7 o'clock p.m. Please join me. We're gonna have a lot um to talk about. And finally, I am going to be bringing back our after party. Um, I'm not sure whether it's going to be on Thursdays or Saturdays, but that will be after the show. Um, it'll be open via Zoom for people to come in and talk about whatever issues are on their mind that we can review. Keep all those things in mind. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And lastly, like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm going to play We Shall Overcome. Have a great week. I'll see you Thursday. Tune in to Khalid's show on Sunday. Have a great one, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, bye, everybody. Let me bring this up finally.
With Cal.
That brought me back to my holiness days in the church.
Hey, everybody. If I don't do nothing else, but I'll see everybody next week. Have a good one. Make it great.